Here we go, metal stackers. I called it on the Middle East conflict. I called it on the Goldback exchange rate hitting $10. And I'm going to make additional predictions on the future of this alternative currency that's just unleashing across our country. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather listen to this than bombs. I don't know about you guys, but I love hearing that precious metals ping within gold and silver rather than hearing bombs dropping. But anyways, let's jump into this video. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and definitely share this video. I just love educating the public and talking about precious metals in general. But let's quickly recap on gold and silver. The month of January was amazing for both gold and silver. Gold hit well over 5,500. I think it was 5,543, and silver hit that $117 mark. Just amazing. But as expected, profit taking took place within the paper market, and obviously that tends to domino or have a domino effect in the physical markets. So if you guys recall, the precious metals, I believe it was January 31st, it pulled back and it was just a huge hit. I mean, some people were down well over $100,000 within their portfolio, but that doesn't necessarily mean they lost over $100,000. That just means, you know, again, profit taking, and their portfolio obviously took a hit in terms of dollar amount. But anyways, that was expected. And I honestly believe it was going to happen. Again, guys, I've seen this for over 20 years. And when you see gold and silver hitting those all-time highs, you're gonna see profit taking. It's unfortunate, but it is expected. But I don't think we're going to see too much of that. Maybe a little sell-off here and there, small pullbacks, but nothing compared to what we saw back in January 31st. However, gold is still above 5,000, and silver, I believe it's about $83 while making this video. And keep in mind, 1 ounce of silver now buys you a barrel of oil. I think oil hit that $80 mark. And it's unfortunate that oil has increased as expected. That means gas prices will increase. And it has increased. I remember paying $2.59 at the pump. Now I'm paying close to $3 at the pump. But let's talk about the Goldbacks and my prediction on this amazing alternative currency that's making waves across the country. I just took a quick peek at my trading screen. Oil is now trading between $91 and $92 a barrel. Guys, we are fast approaching $100 a barrel, and that is going to hit us at the gas pump, among other areas, not just our pockets. But let's talk about the Goldback. Several videos ago, or several months ago, I talked about the Goldback hitting the $10 exchange rate. And this is when Goldback was around the $7 and change. And here we are at $10.27, guys. And that's pretty significant because that was pretty quick. And I also mentioned about other states joining or hopping on that Goldback train. Well, guess what? All right, here's a map of the good old US of A. And as you can see, the Goldback exchange rate sitting at $10.27, along with several states with their respective Goldbacks. Obviously, this whole project started back in 2019, right in Utah. Over 700 plus featured businesses are accepting the Goldbacks. That's pretty amazing. Over 700 businesses. Afterwards, Nevada, then New Hampshire, in my home state, over 150 plus businesses and growing have signed up to accept the Goldbacks. And then Wyoming, South Dakota, and then recently last year, Florida. And check this out. It hasn't been a year yet, and over 450 plus businesses have signed up to accept the Goldbacks. That is pretty amazing. And then Oklahoma followed along by Arizona. But it doesn't stop there. Check this out, guys. Idaho just recently released their Goldbacks. Later on this year, Colorado is jumping on that Goldback train. And get this, out of all states, surprise, surprise, California is set to release their Goldback. That is somewhat of a shock, but if you think about it, not really, because during the whole gold rush, everybody just started migrating over to California to find gold. So if you count that, that will be a total of 11 U.S. states. That is nearly a third of the country. A third of the country. Now, you see this little symbol here. I know Dallas released sort of like some sort of partner project on their Goldback, or I should say their Dallas Goldback. I don't have too much details on this, but so far over 100 businesses have signed up, and that tells me it's just a matter of time before Texas will release their Goldbacks, and that means 12 states. So therefore, that is technically a third of the country, pretty much. And my prediction, Montana will jump on that Goldback train, along with North Dakota and the rest of these mid-states. And don't be surprised if Tennessee, Kentucky, and maybe one or two other southern states will jump on that Goldback wagon. This is huge, guys. Nearly a third of our states, a third of the country are now accepting and using the Goldbacks. So there you have it. The Goldbacks on their way of hitting 11 states. And it's not going to stop there. It's going to continue. I guarantee you. And me personally, I would love to see the entire nation using the Goldbacks. Why not? It's backed by pure gold. It's backed by real money, right? We're talking pure 24 karat gold. I've said this so many times. And I wish our government would have our dollar backed by physical gold. Why not? I mean, we did over 90 years ago, right? The BRICS nations are releasing their so-called currency called the unit, okay? This is going to be backed by at least 40% gold. 40% gold. That's huge. That's backed by sound money. Why can't we do that? We like I said, we've done it before. This 1968 half dollar contains 40% silver. And the last time I checked, it's nearly $14. Okay? So why can't we have real money backed by physical metals, gold or silver? And again, guys, I've mentioned the Goldbacks are affordable gold. Diversify is key. And the fundamentals for precious metals are still huge. I mean, just recently, I just looked at the job data numbers. The U.S. economy lost 92,000 jobs, which is bumping up that unemployment rate back to 4.4%. And I think we're going to go a lot higher. Speaking of a lot higher, again, oil touching that $91, $92 a barrel. We're going to see $150 barrel. If this war continues, and I believe it will continue with Iran for several years to come, this is a huge negative impact on the dollar. As a result of this war, we're going to see higher inflation. Let's face it, wars are not cheap. You need to print massive amount of dollars to continue war. And when you print massive amount of dollars, that's going to create inflation. I mean, that's common sense. That's Econ 101. And it's getting worse. Our national debt is approaching nearly 39 trillion dollars, and constantly increasing. And again, I've previously mentioned that not everybody can afford that ounce of gold in today's numbers. I mean, again, if you factor the dealer premiums, yeah, you're going to pay well over 5,100, 52, 5,300. Who knows, right? It all depends. All dealers have various premium pricing. But to stick to the subject, I mentioned Goldbacks is the affordable way to accumulate gold, to invest in gold. It's hyperfractional, sound money that you can spend. You can actually save, right? You're going to earn more by investing in the Goldbacks rather than your local regional banks offering, let's say, 5 or 6%, which I don't really think that exists, but let's just say 6%. But then you have to factor in today's inflation number or rate, I should say, at 3%. So obviously, easy math, you're really saving 3%. That's nothing. That is nothing. And again, several months ago, the Goldback exchange rate was in that $7 range. And here we are at $10.27. And it's going to go a lot higher. We're going to see $15 exchange rate. And if this continues, and if I'm right, we could possibly see the Goldback exchange rate at $20. That's right. One Goldback will equal $20. That will be the exchange rate. I shouldn't say equals, but you get the picture. That exchange rate is getting higher. As gold increases in value, obviously the Goldbacks are increasing in value, right? Not your dollar. Your dollar's not increasing in value. We know that. Guys, silver, yeah, it's still, in my opinion, it's still relatively cheap. But not for long. We're going to see $150 silver by this year. Maybe a lot higher. So you think about how you want to diversify, because obviously the dollar, it's not doing squat for anyone. And we're feeling it. Families are feeling it. Not at just the pump stations, but we're talking groceries. The list goes on. The cost of living, rent, property taxes. I mean, it's just, I could go on and on. It's just getting out of control. Our debt, again, is getting out of control. And let me reiterate, just because I'm a bullion dealer, at OM Bullion, and this is our motto, at OM Bullion, we are not just selling you precious metals. We are helping you preserve your wealth towards future economic uncertainties. And we are definitely facing some serious economic uncertainties. So leave me some comments. I'm curious to know how you guys plan on weathering out this storm, right? Because we are certainly living in interesting, scary times. Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. appreciate your patience because I know it's been a month since my last video, and that is because my video editing software crashed. So I had to start over. Also, if you want to get the most for your dollar, Alpine Gold has a great gold IRA program, as well as a gold lease program. Check it out. I'll leave descriptions in the link below. Guys, thank you. Be safe out there. Preserve your wealth. Take care of your health. Keep rocking. Keep stacking. Thanks, guys.